Hey everyone, it's been a while since I've done a video, but I have still been active on Twitter a little more, so staying in touch with people like Network WizKid here. I also did an interview with Dewan not long ago that I thought was a pretty good interview. If you want to go check that out, Dewan's always a good dude to check in with and see how things are going. And then also, Adam over at the Tech Catalyst, still been talking to him. My buddy Network Bruh, and then most recently, episode 49. It looks like it hasn't been published yet, but most recently, ConfT with your SE. I did an interview with them about WebEx1 with Cisco Sal as well. But really, what I want to talk about today is this tweet mainly, where I said if you work in the collaboration field, I recommend keeping a close eye on customer experience, specifically contact center and experience management. So, what was I talking about? Well, UCaaS, if you work in the collaboration space, you need to know what UCaaS is, and you also need to know what customer experience is. Just make sure you know those two, because if you don't, you're going to be missing the boat, right? So, if you look at WebEx1, day two, what's it called? Customer experience. It was a 2-day event, and day 2 was customer experience. And then, of course, here we see the contact center. We'll talk later about what exactly is a contact center, and then also I'll talk about the call flow for the WebEx contact center. Now here, this is another indication about what's going on in the market. So a big part of this video, I'm telling you about a market shift, and that's a market shift to customer experience, where you can see here Zoom was looking to acquire Five9. Five9 is a contact center or call center. So again, check out WebEx Experience Management. In fact, what you see here is I've been on the web page for too long, and so I was prompted to speak with a live Cisco representative. This is customer experience in front of our eyes, right? This is exactly what I'm trying to tell you about. If you ever maybe order a pizza from Pizza Hut and you get a text message about when your pizza is being made, when your pizza is going in the oven, when your pizza comes out of the oven, right? And then you get a text message when your pizza leaves the store. You get a text message when your pizza is 10 minutes away, right? This is all talking about customer experience. And I'm going to sound old now, but I guess what I'll say is not long ago, that wasn't a thing. And nowadays it's that way at a fast food pizza place. It's that way at the dentist. It's that way at having a doctor's appointment. It's just kind of the way things are going. People are looking to use many different applications to communicate with their clients, with their customers, with their members, or whatever they're looking to reach out to, whoever it is that they're looking to speak with, their audience. And so they're looking to use WhatsApp, Twitter, Facebook Messenger, SMS, email, telephony if you just want to call in, a video call if somebody wants that, right? So that's what this whole video is about. And here it is in front of my eyes happening, right? It's pushing me like, hey, do you need help? Do you want help? We're here to help you. Now, this WebEx Experience Management that's what it's all about. Take customer experience to new heights. And I highly recommend going in here and watching some of these videos and checking out things like how Puma leverages this stuff. Get some of these business cases, some of these use cases, and start to understand where the market is going. Otherwise, you're going to be behind it, and it's better to be ahead of the market shift than behind it. So, with talking about that, let's talk about some of the relatively recent acquisitions made by Cisco. For example, in 2018, acquiring BroadSoft, right? 2019, they acquired a company named CloudCherry. Very important, very strategic acquisition. That is what led into the WebEx Experience Management platform that we were just talking about here. And then also, even more recently, IMI Mobile being acquired, which was a huge win for Cisco. So keep an eye on this. I'm telling you, I'm not making it up. And so with that said, let's talk about what exactly is a contact center or a call center. A call center is when, you could call in for help to schedule a plane flight or something like that, or to call in to schedule a doctor's appointment, or call in to get support from a technical company. And on the other end is a bunch of people waiting inside a building, waiting for their phone to ring. And those are the agents. Those are the resources. People are going to help you. You've probably heard of them called call centers, but there's software that makes all of that work. There's software that distributes the calls to those agents. There's software that determines, who's the best agent to help this customer. There's software, all of this stuff, IMI Mobile, is what makes that call center work. But now people are taking it to the next level, which is called a contact center. Call center means only phone. Contact center means WhatsApp, SMS, email, all the things I was rattling off earlier. Web chat, right? So earlier here, where was I? Which screen was I on? This one here. When they asked me if I wanted to chat, that's going to be a contact center, not a call center, because the call center is voice only. Contact center is going to be chat. It's called omni-channel, right? We don't just force you to do voice. We allow you to meet your customers where they are. Anyway, enough about that. So let's take a look at what the call flow looks like on WebEx Contact Center. But before I do, I want to take a look at this slide and explain why you should care about learning what I'm about to be talking about. It's because Cisco with the contact center leads in the market share, right? And so it's good to know Cisco's contact center, how it works. And that's what I'm about to describe here. So here, the customer calls in. This is going to be a voice call flow, right? Because on a contact center, there's all the other ones, chat, email, all that. We're specifically going to look at the voice flow though. Customer calls in, that's going to hit an entry point mapping on the WebEx Contact Center. And an entry point is just your phone number. So when people call you for help to call into your contact center, what number are they going to call? That's going to be your entry point, and that entry point is going to get us to the inside of this contact center, where this little rectangular circular deal here is going to be the logic. That's going to be the inside of the contact center, right? So you hit the entry point. From there, there is a routing strategy. That's where the automatic call distribution, ACD type of logic is going to occur. And then from there, it maps to a specific call flow, or what's typically called a call script, right? So it goes entry point, routing decisions, call script, but it's called a call flow. So the call flow is probably one of the most complex parts of the configuration on the WebEx Contact Center, and we will take a look later to see just about how difficult is that. Now, after the call flow, we need to hit a queue. So the queue comes into play. From the queue, it gets distributed down to different teams. And within those teams, it gets distributed to the different contact center resources, contact center agents that are there to service the queue and answer the calls, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at how difficult is that flow builder. This is it right here. If you've ever used an application known as Visio, this is Visio, right? It's our flow builder. So you bring this out. This is going to be the new phone contact. So somebody called in. Typically what happens is companies will play some sort of a welcome message to the calling party, like thank you for calling, right? And then maybe after that you go to an IVR, like a menu. And what they do is they give you a number of different options, maybe all the way up to the number 9. And they'll say, press 1 for billing, maybe press 2 for support, 3 for sales, right? And then when those different buttons get pressed, we want to queue that contact, right? So we're going to put a couple different queues here. But as you can see, it is very intuitive. It is very easy. In fact, let's say we didn't want this one here. I can just go ahead and delete it, right? And then from here, I'll just have to select which queue do I want it to be. I can even give it the name to line up appropriately with the menu in the IVR. So it's billing, support, and then the last one would be sales, but you see what I'm getting to here. And then that's essentially how the call would get to the agent, is based off of this config that we're looking at right here. And then within selecting the queue, when they log into their team is associated to the queue. So yeah, the big thing is though, just watch that market shift. Pay attention, listen to things like UCaaS, look for things like customer experience. And again, if you go back to that tweet that I had up, you can see what I'm talking about. And if you go back and look at WebEx 1, you can see day 2 what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. I hope it was you know, of value for you folks out there, and you know, hopefully it won't be so long between now and the next video.